Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
That'll be. You look like you're in a remote location.
Yeah, I'm in the most remote part of a remote location, which is the corner of the upper bedroom of my parents' house. I don't know if you can tell. And I'm angled this way strategically as to give my wife privacy as she gets ready for the day. But next to me lies a little piece of history. Care to give it a glimpse?
Hmm. Yeah, I do. You're really choppy. There it is.
Remember this guy?
That guy's headed to Las Vegas.
What's he
I'm
holding
guessing.
there?
Quad aces. How old were you in that picture? Was that high school? You know when that was?
I don't. I think it's probably freshman year of college.
Oh man,
Maybe
even
sophomore year.
worse.
Maybe high school though. That shirt
I
tells
don't.
me, it was the
You
'90s
look a
still.
little. You look a little older than high school.
I do. I look a little more mature. Mature.
Like
The
you've been
hairline
through
hadn't
some
started
things.
receding. Or maybe it had.
No,
Was it creeping up on the edges there?
I
When
mean
it
it never
so I
gets
knew I
better. Yeah.
I knew in my, I think, junior year of college, maybe sophomore year, that I was going bald.
Yeah. High school.
You too? You didn't know in high school. High school, we had full, luscious heads of hair.
I did not. I knew my hair was thin always. Maybe I didn't believe that it was going to fall out, but I knew that it was not going to last.
Let me ask you a
Oh, I
question.
know.
Did
I
you
know what's
did
going
you
on. Got it. Good.
Well, the internet here is gonna be challenging.
It's okay, but I
Um,
was also downloading something, so I stopped doing that, and I think that helped.
okay. If I need to relocate, I can. But, do you
I'm
think it's
checking it on
because
the.
you dyed your hair every color of the rainbow?
It certainly didn't help.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
would say it didn't help.
one of the last times I got it done, I remember how much it hurt, and I was like, that can't be good, man. I'm done.
Yeah, it hurt.
Yeah, like
It
spurned my
hurt.
scalp.
Oh, okay. Well, that's, scalp burn, I think, is one of the first symptoms of, um, hair loss, head loss,
Is that what happened?
head lice. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, mine's not falling out in the right pattern though. It's kind of
That's
tough
what you
to see.
keep
Like
saying.
it's like here. Like I
Yeah,
have
but
I have a little
you're
bit right
tall
here.
enough. You're tall enough that it doesn't matter. Like you're
I
tall enough that
yeah.
it doesn't look like it doesn't look like you're losing your hair at all, right? It looks like you've got a full head
Uh,
of hair still.
it's even now you can see it. Like like this side. It's more bare than just right next to it.
Yeah,
It's like got like a Rob
you'd
Corgi
really
thing going.
yeah, it does, but you'd have to really yeah, I'm amazed by how little people pay attention to the things that I think are very noticeable,
Oh yeah, it's huge,
right? It's,
big time.
no one cares. No one cares because 'cause they're worried about their own stuff. Like,
Right.
I have patches in my beard that are from the vitiligo. So,
Yeah.
like, patches that have kinda gone white. I don't know if you can tell.
Well, the one on the chin.
Well, the one on the chin has just gone gray. But you see underneath, if I lift my head up, there's a white spot under there. Do you see that?
Tougher to see, but I believe
Yeah.
you.
No one ever notices, but I notice it. So, those are the little things. No one ever notices my eyes are different either, but I notice it every day.
Yeah, well, they've definitely gotten better, by the way. I mean, I know that was
Yeah.
something that you pointed out, so that helps.
And it's interesting that no one cares about anybody else.
When it all comes down to it, that's it.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. Nobody gives
Yeah,
a
like,
shit.
you can No one gives a shit. You can care about a few people for a little bit of time, but really, it's just not our nature.
Nah, not for anything. Not for any sustainable amount
Yeah.
of time. So
So
I'm
I invited
trying.
Shira to join us, but I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know
you
if she's
did.
going to come. She's been sleeping on my nephew's bed, what has become my nephew's bed here at my parents' house.
Oh,
And the
everybody's at
mattress,
home.
everybody's here. Yeah, the whole
Got it.
crew's here. Even Allison's here. Yeah.
Got it.
Um, and the the bed, I don't know if it's a safety thing, but the bed is like humps. It's like humps across the mattress. As Shira calls it, ribbed for nobody's pleasure. Because I guess it's really uncomfortable.
That's her
And
bed.
yeah, well, usually she'd be sleeping in the room we're in, but because there's two of us, she was nice and let us sleep in here. But
That's it.
I don't
That's
think
why
she's
you
real
get.
happy about it.
That's why you get married, Shira.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
So you can get
it
claimed at a good mattress.
ain't rocket science.
No. What were you
Well,
saying
yeah.
before I gave you the share update?
I don't remember at this
So let
point.
me text her. Maybe she'll come, but I would need to send her what, a StreamYard link?
Yeah, that's easy to do.
Okay. Let me just text it to her and let her make a decision. And I do that by inviting and copying, and I'm copying, and I'm zipping, sending in a zip file, and I'm sending it.
So I want to try this. I don't know how. Share system audio. So if
What is this?
I
Guests can stream this to their own destinations. A great way to get more viewers.
fine.
Each guest may add up to 2 destinations, Facebook, YouTube. Oh, we could take advantage of her large social media network.
Yeah.
So apparently, her and her friend Jason were listening in the car, and Jason has since listened to subsequent episodes. We might have a listener.
How about
We have
just
we have a viewer right
out of a that's me. Out of an abundance of
now.
caution, let's assume that we do have a listener.
Oh. I mean, we should always. This is going on the internet forever. We should always assume. We should always use an
Yeah,
abundance of
well,
caution. Yet, I don't think. I think you do. I'm not sure that I do.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Speaking of
I figured
which,
that part
I
out.
saw that Kevin Durant and Brittany Griner are dating. Your thoughts?
Get the fuck out of here. Pull it up. I don't believe you.
I don't. Okay, tell me why that's so hard to believe, Rich. What are your
Because I thought
feelings?
she was like very openly gay.
Right? Maybe they both are.
That is that good enough for you? Does that wrap up? Does that solves that dilemma in your mind? That
Yeah.
both
Let me
Kevin
just
Durant and
grab
Brittany
that.
Griner are gay, and so that makes sense that they're dating.
If I go to Butt Crack Sports on Twitter, which is my best source of information, um,
Butt crack
what more
sports.
do you need? Butt Crack Sports said Kevin Durant and Brittany Griner are rumored to now be dating. Butt Crack Sports, featured on PBS Kids, The Onion. Nothing tweeted should be taken as fact.
I don't believe that.
Un- Unfollow if you're soft. Well, it says right here that nothing tweeted should be taken as fact.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So there you go.
I was
Okay.
I was I was prompting you because you said that you wanted to use an abundance of caution. And that seems like a good topic to not use caution.
Good try. It is a good
Thank you.
try. I want to try
Thank you
something
very
here.
much.
Speaking of good
Yeah.
tries. So this isn't the game, but I want to try just sharing this.
Yeah, let's do it.
Um,
So
because,
I sent you that little device for this that I can stream from, right?
yeah, that's a
I haven't pulled
very
the trigger
commonly
yet.
used. It's a very commonly used um, way to do
Yeah, I'm
it.
gonna see if I could use one of the. There's some that are $18, and then there's the one for like $230. So I'm gonna do a little research on if the $18 one gets the job done.
It probably does. Um,
Yeah.
there's also something called. I was watching a video trying to figure out how to do this. There's something called remote play. Um, it's with PlayStation. I guess you can use your Mac to play your PlayStation. Is that
Well,
sound like
yeah.
something?
So for a while, I went down. I fully explored my options of so that iMac is a 27-inch 5K monitor. It's beautiful. Like the resolution is gorgeous. And I was determined to play Xbox on it or use it as a video game monitor in some way. Now, there's no way to connect a console directly to the iMac, which is frustrating and absurd.
Yeah.
But you can stream it. There are apps, like there's an app called OneCast for Xbox, so I could stream it and I could sit with my controller and play, but it was never quite crisp enough with the latency,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So,
That's
I mean,
that's a
it's decent.
last.
It's yeah,
That's a last
well,
resort.
especially if you have another monitor there, right? That's like,
Yeah.
why the hell are you doing it? But it's just such a pretty monitor. I wanted to use it. So
Yeah.
if streaming it from the Switch with that little device, it will also work for the Xbox. So if I get it,
Yeah.
then I've got a two for one.
Well, right. Okay. So we can figure that out, but let's just try. I'm going to pull this up. I
Yeah,
just want to make sure you can hear it. I think I can only share
yeah.
my
I mean,
screen, which is why I'm looking up because I've got
that's your
you
your
now
your
on a
favorite thing to
monitor.
do is testing if we can hear things. This is
This
what
is
the
what the
podcast should be
podcast should be
called.
called.
Can you hear these
Uh-oh.
clicks?
Yeah, I can
Yeah, I
also
can
hear
also hear
myself.
myself.
Okay.
But
But
let me
let me
shut up
shut
for
up
a
for a
minute.
minute.
Well, that's a problem. I mean, if you can wait, they will hear themselves. Chrome tab, but I can't share a Chrome tab. This isn't a Chrome tab. But you can hear this.
Yep.
You can do this. Like this okay, well then the game works, right? I don't
Hey,
Hey,
Josh.
Josh.
Oh, hey,
Oh, hey,
how's it going? I'm pretty
I'm pretty good.
What's new
What's
with
new with
you?
you?
I'm wondering what
what
Divid Derby is. Me too.
Let's find out.
I
I
just
just
said
said
that.
that.
Don't
Don't
copy
copy
me.
me.
Searching for
Stop
players.
Stop
Just-
copying me.
Stop copying me.
You hear that from Allison?
I did. I heard something.
You just rumbled.
Okay, I just want to play, like, start a game. Play now. Okay, it's all the way over here, of course. That doesn't make any sense. East Potomac. Oh, that's right. Last time I played this, I played online with.
So you've
You've
already
already
played?
played?
Well, this is 2K21.
I want to see you play.
We get control.
I can't imagine that. Oh, this is infuriating.
Yeah, this isn't gonna work. If you can hear
Does my
yourself,
voice sound like that? Do I have like a real high pitched?
it does kind of suck.
My
Meaning
voice.
to talk to you about it.
How bad are you at this?
I don't know. I haven't played it in a while. I'm just trying to. My controller's not working. I'm just gonna do this real quick. All right. So it looks fine. It looks good enough.
So far?
It's a little choppy. I got to be honest. I'm watching it. It kind of sucks. I'm done. Get out of here. You can't exit these games. Okay, cool. Hold on. Annoying, man.
Give me one of these.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Gotta slowly bring it back.
Bring it to you.
All right. Well,
so let's talk about Braille.
Okay.
Have you ever tried to read Braille?
No.
It's pretty fascinating. So, I was killing some time around the hospital, and I was noticing that underneath the doors, like the doors to each room, it'll have a little Braille, like very tiny, like as big as the font on this chapstick, right? In Braille. And I'm thinking to myself, how does the blind person even get to the Braille? Right? Like that's a 1,000 to 1 shot that he or she finds it. And then I started looking at it, and do you know that Braille is just each character is on a configuration of 6 dots? So that's how it works.
I didn't realize that. No.
Yeah.
So
I read
okay.
that Benjamin Franklin preferred reading in Braille because he could read it faster. Isn't that cool?
So what's the pattern?
That's A, that's B.
So there is no. Well, you think like A would be top left, and then B would be
so
A and B makes sense. C, I would think, would be the left 3. But it's not.
Right, exactly.
It's not. And then D doesn't make any sense. And then E is, once you get to E, it's like, clearly this is wrong. This is just, there is nothing. These are all just crazy.
Do you think that, like in the English alphabet, since B and D are sort of similar, right? They're just reversed. They wanted to keep that consistent. They wanted to make them also similar in Braille.
Maybe, but it just doesn't. I don't get it. Q, like P and Q, is a perfect example of what P makes sense, right? Kind of. You could fill in that middle right one, and P would be P. But Q,
maybe it has to do with the shape of the letters.
Well, that's what I'm looking at. At like M, come on.
Right? Like look at E. So E, if you were going to draw an E, you'd have to start here and swing around. If you were going to do an F, you'd have to go like this with your pencil. G, you would hit all those boxes. H, same thing. K, no. But L, yes. M, you'd have to come up and down. N, same thing. O, you'd have to go around.
Let me stop you.
Go like this.
Let me just go ahead and stop you right there. Make my point. So M and N. First of all, N is just 1/2 of an M, but it has more Braille buttons than an M does. I don't get it.
Right. So like M could be
all of them.
Well, K should be what N is. Right?
No.
Or I think M and N should be swapped.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Because N you only do 1 hook, but M you do 2.
Y.
O is pretty good. Yeah, Y is bad. And like V, that should be L.
Clearly. You can't mess up L or I. What's I? I don't see I on your screen. Come on. What are we doing here? It's clear that a blind person is the one that came up with Braille. That's true. Like, what does an eye look like? I have no idea. I assume it's a couple dots oriented either left or right or up or down.
Braille for sighted classmates.
Oh, is that not the real Braille?
I don't know.
That's Braille
I
for
think maybe
sighted
it's saying-
people.
Yeah.
They got two different versions of Braille. I do think it would be interesting to learn how to read.
Yeah.
Like that's an incredible thing. There was some 60 Minutes story on design with people who aren't sighted in mind. And the example they were using was like a subway station. This may have been in San Francisco or somewhere out in California, somewhere, I don't know. But they were like, they're trying to get people, these stations are huge. And so they're trying to help people with sight issues find where to stand and stuff. And so they like use different textures for the flooring. Like it'd be tile, like smooth tile for here, and then like more like cobblestone kind of tile where something else was you were supposed to stand or whatever. And so like their canes would hit it and they would know. Hey, look who it is.
Speaking of canes. Oh, Shira, you might need to close. Let me close the door. Hold on. I can hear myself through you.
Yeah, I don't need to hear you twice. Once is plenty.
So what are your thoughts on sighted Braille?
My headphones are in.
Oh.
Do I not sound the way I need to sound?
No, I can hear myself.
It's because you're not quiet.
You can hear yourself.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you can too if you listen. There's a little echo. Well, that's not so bad now. It's because we're on opposite sides of the wall from each other and thin walls.
I look like I'm in an adult crib. Yeah, that was the wall.
Well, welcome to the adult crib show. Cool.
It's great. It's great to be here. Thank you.
Look at those. Look at those glasses. Solkovitz's with their lenses.
Give me one of these.
Oh yeah. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Yeah.
So Shira, today we're talking about Braille. What are your thoughts on Braille? How does it make you feel?
I think it's amazing. I think I was thinking about this while I was backstage at the show here, and Braille, American Sign Language. I think those are the only two I can think of, but it's interesting how much easier it seems, if that makes sense. Like they're able to communicate in the same ways and read whatever. But I feel like because they weren't likely to be developed by people who had these senses or had these abilities, it's just like simpler. Like, and did you know that American Sign Language, for example, is like, they don't sign each word. There's shortcuts, similar to probably how it is in Braille. So like if you wanted to say like, have a nice day, it's probably not the word have, the word nice, then the word day. There's like a shorthand.
Yeah, like this is knowledge.
Right.
This is knowledge in Braille, just these two dots, which look a lot like, I don't know, the E.
The letter M.
Like, are you trying to say the letter E, or are you trying to express knowledge?
Right.
Do you think that the American Sign Language people are upset that ASL has been co-opted by the shorthand for age, sex, location?
I think it's most probably not good for the brand when that happened.
These are tough questions before 8 a.m. Someone's been preparing.
It was definitely tough.
I think it's interesting that shorthand court stenographers with their shorthand just sitting over there looking like they're just yeah, whatever. Just this. But then they ask them to read it back and they read it perfectly. Like
it's word.
Are you talking? Yeah.
They look so put out by it, and then it's verbatim.
Yeah, they're impressive people.
Capturing the gist.
Yeah.
So what's going on with you?
Yeah, I mean, listen, just chilling on the other side of the wall from Josh right now. We're in Pittsburgh
You guys are
and
camping out in Pittsburgh.
camping out in Pittsburgh, taking care of the mom, and it's brutal. It's, it's a lot of work.
She at home?
She's home. Yeah, we
She
brought
back?
her home
Oh.
yesterday,
Nice.
which
Congrats.
is awesome. Yeah, exactly.
Let's get her on the pod. Send her a link.
She'd probably like that.
She would like it.
She'd probably
She'd
love
be able
that.
to.
We'd never get her to stop talking.
She'd want to tell the whole story of the whole experience.
It's an interesting experience.
Say, well, yeah, it's the strangest thing. All of a sudden, I wasn't feeling myself. I wasn't. Was that someone's stomach growling? Rich, can you hear the echoing?
Yeah.
It's aggravating me. It's getting in the way of me.
So it's
enjoying
echoing
this
off of
process.
your walls through your headphones. Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Let me see
What,
if I
what
can-
microphone? What microphone are you using? Are you using your headphones or your computer? That could be the problem. This is what we do,
Yeah, so
Cher. We
I'm
just
on-
troubleshoot audio issues.
Oh,
This is what
trust
this
me.
show is
Yeah.
all about.
My podcast needed
So
a
Cher,
sound
go to-
engineer so badly, but we never got one. So
Go to settings, and then audio.
I bet it's
Make
using
sure it's
your
on AirPods.
head,
Well, because
your
it's happening
whatever.
to both of us, though.
my speaker is my AirPods.
Yeah, same.
your
And the mic,
microphone?
too.
My microphone is my laptop microphone.
Aha! Switch that to AirPods.
I can still hear you regardless. Like I can still
can-
hear you echoing.
You can probably hear him through the wall.
Right, exactly my point.
Right. Oh, that worked. Nope, it didn't.
Wait, it might have.
Did you switch it, Cheer?
Yeah, I switched it.
Okay.
So
yeah,
you two
sound good.
actually-
Let's see.
I think that worked.
Okay, nice job, Shira.
I think we did it.
It's a little better.
did it. Are you two both working
Yeah.
or no?
Yeah.
Just sales calls on opposite sides of the walls. You sound like a real
Card table,
Wolf of Wall Street
folding
situation.
chair.
You're in the bullpen.
It's the bullpen. Yeah, it's really more the bullpen. Yeah, I mean, in retrospect, like I guess I should have taken the whole week off. I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah. If you can do enough, right?
Yeah.
What's the
I'm
point?
like barely working. Sorry,
Yeah,
if
there
you're
you
my
go.
sorry if you're my boss and you're tuning into the podcast, but I'm really not working this week. You never know the
Yeah, you're-
reach.
Well, the reach is the entire I don't know. It's all of YouTube, really. I mean, you never know. You never know who can
Limitless.
pop in. Could be
Yeah,
your
it's
boss.
limitless.
It could be Kanye West. It could be Obama. Any one of a number of people.
Oh boy.
Do you think like President Obama has his own YouTube account and that's what he spends a lot of his time watching?
Yeah, I do.
And like leaving comments like, Obamacare wasn't that bad. Come on, guys.
If I was
It's like,
him,
guys,
that's what I would do.
I am really good friends with President Obama. He definitely was not born in Kenya. I can't tell you how I know this, but I definitely know that he was not born in Kenya.
Let's just say I used to go over there a lot as a kid.
Yeah, he's like a really good friend.
What-
Like a really good friend.
What if it's like a LeBron James highlight video, and in the comments he's like, "So let's rank presidents."
Do you guys want to rank presidents?
Like
I
best
guess-
president
I guess
since
Obama's top
2000.
5. Yeah.
Best internet era presidents.
Between him, George W. Bush, Trump, and Biden.
Yeah, that's it. Power rankings, go.
The new Mount Rushmore.
I think it'd be funny if I mean, it's probably happened, right? Where he needed to like figure out how to connect audio cables to his TV. And so he went on to a YouTube channel and maybe left a comment. It's like, thanks for the help. This was really helpful.
This is good. Got the audio cables hooked up. Oh, what is this? Suggested video. LeBron James. Okay.
That's a pretty good Obama, I gotta say.
Yeah, thank you. Allison, do you like that Obama? She said it was really good.
It is good. I mean,
She actually said that was terrible, babe.
Shit. Check this out, Shira. You ready?
Yes. Amazing.
Yeah. Shira, talk about, you said I heard you gave the audio to a friend, or the podcast to a friend.
Yeah, my
talk
friend
about our
Jason.
fan.
My
Your friend who?
My friend Jason and I, we listened to he's my friend that's a boy. And we
Anyway.
listened to the podcast in the car. We listened to the
Were you
episode
necking? Is that why? Did you put it on to set the mood?
No.
Yeah, let me listen to my brother and his best friend, Rand. That's the movie.
I think that's literally how I pitched it. I'm like, here's some insight into my early teens. This was me listening in on them. Only this time it's recorded. So yeah, we listened to it. We actually thought it was great. It was the episode with Sydney on.
Oh yeah,
Sid in the City, yeah.
recent.
And yeah, it was we start recent. You know, we're not going to go back through the annals of the Rich and Josh show just yet.
That's what we had all of our energy.
Look at that hairline.
That's a good hairline. You was that on the way to or on the way back from? I assume that was Las Vegas, but you don't know.
Never know, man. Just coming up aces.
Look at those plane seats.
I was gonna say in the window, it's
Looks
big.
like you were in a private jet, but you weren't because I'm
was.
sure I was right next to you and took that picture.
That's right. You guys used to go to Las Vegas all the time.
We kind of grew up there. Just a little insight
It's a
into
good place
the South of history.
for teens to visit.
Teens and preteens.
Yeah.
I think we started going when I was about 11. So
Wow.
normal. Yeah. Super normal. Learned how to play craps at 15 downtown. My dad took me downtown and no one carded me or cared or anything. And I started rolling and everyone at the table started winning. And as soon as it started to get loud, my dad was like, okay, it's time to go. Cash in. We gotta get her out of here.
A bunch of drunk men standing around a table, not realizing that the woman is actually a girl.
Rolling. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like time to go.
It was.
They're also looking
on this trip. I don't know if it was on this trip, then you would have been 21, Shira. But there was a time before you, me, and Dad sat down to play blackjack at Paris.
Yes.
And they carded you, and they let me keep playing, which was.
Correct.
I think you were 21.
I was 21.
Because I was 17. Yeah, I remember that. That was cool. And I was like, yeah, you don't need to card me. You know what's up. We're doing men stuff. We men.
This old man over here doesn't need to be carded, but this youthful woman does. Is how I took it.
Yeah. And Josh didn't think he was going to go bald until after that. People were like, no.
Yeah.
You're over 21, sir. You're losing your hair already. The last time I was in Las Vegas, I was there for work, and I got a room at the Cosmo. I was there visiting. I actually had to visit a nursing home in Lake Havasu, which is like 2 miles away, but Vegas was the closest city. And so I had like the best hotel room. It was a 2 night trip overlooking, it was huge, overlooking the the Bellagio
Oh wow.
fountains on like the 50th floor or whatever it was. But there was also a there was a gin rummy tournament, and man,
What?
I've never seen so many automatic wheelchairs, like motorized wheelchairs, just
Gin
rolling
Rummy's a
through
great
the because the Cosmos kind of like a chic
It was like
sort of place.
Formula One, but with rascals parked instead of.
Man, it was
Formula
just
One
one
car.
after another. It was like a line of them. There was like a lane everywhere you walked in that hotel. There was like a lane for motorized wheelchairs. And I'm walking from my room to the elevator, and I can hear this. There's like people like I can hear them like, "Why would you do that? I can't believe you did that." Like I'm like, all right. Well, they're by the elevator, so this is gonna get close. And it was an old lady and an old man, and they were like, "I can't believe you doubled down." Or whatever it was. They were talking about gin. They were in the tournament. And they're like, why would you do that? Why would you bid? Why would you bid with that? I can't believe you bid like that. And then I got there and everyone got quiet. We all got in the elevator, stopped and picked someone up on the way down. And he's like, oh, hey, he knew them. Hey, how'd it go this morning? He was like, and they were kind of like, oh yeah, it was something. It was something. Yeah, no, we're getting into the groove still. Not there yet.
Yeah, well, one of us is.
Michael
understanding the rules of the
Michael
game.
has some work to do.
Yeah, one of us isn't.
What is
But yeah, thanks for asking.
I don't think I've ever played gin rummy. Why did I think it was is it cards and dice?
You have.
No.
Is that
It's
the one
just
with
make
the
suits.
cup? Oh.
Mm-mm.
yeah. You make runs, right? You make
Yeah,
either suit same card or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
Right. You have to break your hand down, and they're worth different point values. You've played gin before, Shira. It's
played-
called gin. but
I've
the
played
formal name is gin
gin.
rummy.
But I thought gin
That's
rummy
gin
was a
rummy.
totally different game.
I think gin is actually a totally
I'm
different
looking
game.
it up.
But gin rummy is the game that you and I know.
Interesting.
I think that's what they were playing.
sure.
It's the game where you sit across from your partner and then they sit across, and the team you're playing sits across from one another. And
I think that's spades.
maybe that's what it was. It was something where you can't really
or
communicate.
hearts.
I was
That's
thinking it was
spades.
like
You know what I mean?
hearts. Yeah.
Because
That's
I
what I
think
was
gin is an individual game. Whatever game it was like a game that you hear and you're like, okay, yeah, they play that in nursing homes.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this. Someone made the comment. It's like nursing homes, when by the time we get there, are just gonna be people playing fucking video games. It's gonna be sick, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I can't wait for
Whoa.
that.
It sounds amazing.
Whoa. Yeah, I was watching the Pirate game and noticed that Fernando Tatis was born in the year 2000. And I was like, when we were graduating from high school, he was being born. And like those little things that give you perspective on age, they're so weird, right? Like the fact that 3WS now plays 80s and 90s songs here in Pittsburgh.
The oldies,
Those are the oldies?
the oldies station that was playing like 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
when we
Yep.
were growing up.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's nuts. I
Yeah, look at us, dude.
I don't want to get old though. I didn't sign
I
off
don't
on
either.
that. I want to stay forever young.
Same.
I don't know, man. I'm cool with it.
Rich is ready to go.
I'm 1 week closer every day. Like one day closer.
That's how you wake up
one
with a
day
smile
closer
on
to
your
the grave.
face, stretching.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things. It does free up things like fear of flying. That's no longer a problem. Fear of anything at that point, I'm good.
I'm definitely afraid of death. I don't want to die. Are we talking about death now on the Rich and Josh
Sure.
show?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what happens.
I don't know. I
We
guess
have-
why not?
Most
Yeah,
of the time
can.
we end up covering our depression.
Yeah.
in veiled ways. Yeah.
Shira, ask us about stuff.
Yeah.
Ask you
You're here
about
to
anything?
You're here to interview us.
Yeah.
Did you not get that?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh no, no one,
interview
no one
us.
told me that, but sure, I'm ready.
Bring
Okay,
up topics.
so you're both married, which is
Yeah.
interesting.
And not to one another.
Which
to
is,
to most
yes.
people's
Yeah.
surprise.
Exactly. That's exactly
We
where I was
couldn't
going with
figure out
that.
how to pull it off.
I mean, we've gone from the two of you, you know, wearing Navielle's jeans and, you know, trying to
Covered
pick up girls at the Meadows, to being married, which is pretty exciting.
Dude, remember that one time we were at the Meadows and B. Miller, the jockey, won like 13 or 14 races in a row?
It wasn't
And
that
we were
many,
there.
but
It
No,
probably
it-
felt like
it-
that
it
many.
was-
It was
it
like
was-
two.
it wasn't every race for 2 days.
I think it was. I think he ended up setting a record.
He did. Well, I remember them putting up a graphic, which, okay, this was a simulcast from someplace in Ohio, right? All they do is show the numbers of the horses and the payouts. There's no like graphics department who announces the races and they show it on video. That's it. And they actually created, after he won his 6th or 7th of the night, they created a graphic. It was like B. Miller, 7 races in a row, has won 7 races in a row. So I'm like, put it on the bottom of the screen. Like that was, I remember that being like, holy shit, someone is recognizing this. And we can't hear it, right? We just happened to
Right.
see it, the first one. And then we rode that motherfucker to Hodge. I told Sarah about that recently. I told like this is coming
Really?
back to being married. Those are the type of stories that I tell my wife.
I mean, so what was crazy is that we didn't know anything about who this guy is or anything about harness racing. And after a few races in a row, you start noticing. And like today, what I would have been doing is like doubling my bets every time. But we went
Yeah.
up and bet $3 on each race. While this, I want to say it was 10 in a row at least.
No.
Because they have races. No? How many are you thinking?
Can we not look it up?
I'm trying.
We
Or
could.
is B. Miller not on the internet in
No, he's in the
Fortified.
Harness Racing Hall of Fame.
fortified in history? Yeah.
Brett Miller, Harness Racing Museum Hall of Fame. Is this him? This has got to be him. Check it out.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
B. Mills.
Check this shit out.
I love that you guys were betting like $3 back then because everything seems so risky.
Oh, dude.
Well, yeah, but you don't have an income.
And
I
you
mean, we-
don't have any money, right?
There he
Brett
is.
Miller.
That's
What-
got to be him.
Yeah, it's definitely him.
300th win.
What year do you
Lebanon,
think that
Ohio.
was?
I mean, it had to have been.
500 times. Well, 2020.
It
Oh,
had to have been
so the year it
2000?
happened.
1999. Was I already gone for college, and were you two seniors?
I think we might have been in college. Is
Oh, you
that
were in
possible?
college?
Rich?
Maybe.
I'm just going to say 2001 and see what happens. Oh, here we go. 2003. Oh, no. Stephen Bouchard set a North American harness racing record Saturday, winning the first 8 races.
So
to
that
run
had
his
to have been
winning
like.
streak to 9.
Well, did it say whose record he broke?
Yeah, it does. The feat was accomplished 7 times, most recently by Brett Miller at Northfield Park on May 30th, 2001. It was 7 in a row.
That was it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was absolutely it.
So that record was beaten
By Bouchard.
well, by
Well-
Stefan Bouchard
What was the date?
of B. Miller,
Yeah.
May 30th, 2001. I like that we keep calling him B. Miller because we didn't know his first name was Brett because all it said
Wednesday.
on the screen or on the
And
on the
how would you
program
have?
was B.
And how
Miller.
would you have looked it up back then? There was no way to do
There's
that.
no internet. It was a Wednesday,
There was
and
a-
that's what makes sense. It makes we were there on a Wednesday, the middle of the week.
That's
After
so
college.
degenerate. That's like,
Well, that's why we were betting on it, because we thought that they would be racing. Because why wouldn't they be racing at the Meadows? And there were no races going on at the Meadows, so we had to bet
Right.
simulcast at the bar.
God, that's sad.
That's unbelievable that we just found that date. So that
There's when I
so
type
that
in-
record stood for how long? How long? What was the new record? 9 in a row. And that happened when?
for 2 years. 2003.
2
Oh,
years,
all
that's
right.
all? Oh, wow.
Okay.
When I
it
when
was
I
big
type
enough to be
in
documented.
May 30th, if I type in May 30th, 2001, Brett Miller, these are the results that come up.
Show it.
It has the article that I read about Bouchard. It has his name,
Is
Pretends
his
music.
address?
his LinkedIn.
The
Obituary.
LinkedIn must be great.
I would love to see the actual B. Miller.
Operations manager at
LinkedIn.
Amazon.
Oh my
There he is.
God.
I wonder if this is him.
Yeah.
Probably.
No.
Oh no, he looks too young. This kid's 18 now.
Very passionate about broadcasting and producing
He was
segments
not
to be
born
used on
in
air.
2001. Yeah, this one was not born in 2001.
No,
I keep
just
my
submitted this
listeners
guy's
entertained
profile.
by doing movie of the week, movie trivia.
I tell you what, man.
Is that what
Maybe
you said?
we go through people's LinkedIn pages and just
Artist of the week.
Talk
I
about
would
him.
love to hear this guy's artist of the week. This artist of the week, Vincent Van Gogh.
I bet you he means musical artists.
Nah.
No, he probably
You
means
think-
painting artists.
You think it's
Yeah.
PA Mondrian week on his podcast?
None of us know what that means.
I have a knife. That's handle is a Mondrian tribute.
All right.
I do know, Josh. Get learned.
Oh, lyric
I
challenge.
got to get learned.
I want to do the lyric challenge.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll tell you
Some
what it would
lyric
be like.
challenges.
Welcome
Yeah.
back.
Let's find out
everybody.
Brett Miller's lyric challenge. Wait a second. Wait, go
It's-
down. That guy's 18.
6:30
I agree
a.m.
that he's
in
18 years old. He's been working for almost 12 years at this place. Get out of here. What is he? Did he start when he was 8?
What does he post his son's photo in the profile pic? Minnesota State.
He
He graduated in
graduated.
2010. So 13
And
years
it only
ago.
took him. It only took him 5 years. Whoops.
Just a shade under a decade there too.
Fergus Falls
Fa-
diploma.
Imagine you
Attaboy.
go
General
to a high
studies.
school called
He didn't-
Fergus Falls.
He didn't declare a major in high school.
This poor guy. Wait, what's he doing holiday events for? Oh, Christmas, 4th of July, Valentine's Day,
Valentine's Day.
Halloween.
Yeah.
I am very personable and easy to work with. Sounds awful.
Yeah, everybody, you're listening to KKOK Radio. It's time for this week's lyric challenge. It's
Can
been
we pull
a
that up?
hard day's blank.
Wait a second.
Wait, it
KMRS.
says KKOK. Doesn't that remind you? Doesn't KKOK remind you of whatever sound Madame Yunker used to make for a rooster?
Kikiriki. Cocorico.
I knew. Yes, thank you.
That's awesome. Kikiriki.
That's the
Hold
name
on.
of the station, yeah.
I'm pulling it up. Listening live. Look at this. Look at this website. Look at this website. Holy shit. Look at this website. This is their on-air media player.
Can you stop? You guys had a better media player in 2000.
I want to see
Winamp.
what. Okay, so let's just take a look. We have a
This is
closed
definitely
laptop
Giving Winamp.
menu. So you have to click down here to get the menu, but this is in the way.
But that
No, there's a play button on the right. Click out of that. Get rid of that.
Here?
No, there was a play
Yep.
button right there on the right.
Why? Oh,
Oh,
that's just the GIF. That's the thing that they spent all their budget on. It's
okay. Well, I
Oh,
want to
there
see
we
that
go.
again.
needs to all available options. Memorializations include personalized markers, monuments, and a variety of keepsakes.
This
Peterson
is a
Funeral Home
funeral-
and Starbuck Funeral Home proudly serve Morris, Starbuck, and the surrounding areas.
Well, there you have it.
721, taking a look at your KMRS funeral announcements. Bradley Ragoose of Wheaton passed away Friday, July 21st at the age of 61.
Bye,
Friends may
Bradley.
call Saturday from 9:30 to 10:30 at St.
R.I.P.
John Lutheran
Ragoose.
Church in Wheaton. Funeral services for Bradley Ragoose will be at 10:30 Saturday at St. John Lutheran Church in Wheaton.
Dude, how do you
Burials
want?
at Emmanuel
Is this
Lutheran
guy?
Cemetery in
Pause it,
Russell
Rich.
Township, rural
Pause
Wheaton.
it.
And
I don't want to
arrangements
miss
with
any more
Cambridge
funeral
Funeral Home in
announcements.
Pause it.
Bradley
Arlene
Ragoose.
Oren of Evansville passed away Saturday, July 22nd.
I want to hear about how all these people died.
What is
this?
Bradley Ragoose's nickname?
The goose?
Ragu.
Right? Is it Ragu or the Goose? They're both good options.
It's definitely not Brad.
Nah. Someone's name is Ragoose. You calling him the
Passed
big
away Friday,
Ragu
July
or the Goose?
21st at the age of
Somebody
68.
calls him Rag.
Celebration of life for Gwen Swenson will be Saturday from 10 to 1.
Gwen
Gwen
Swenson.
Time of
Swenson.
remembrance from noon to 1 at Shooter's
Where-
Bar and Grill in Appleton.
Shooter's
Burials
Bar
at the
and
Appleton
Grill.
City Cemetery. Memorials are preferred in lieu of flowers. An arrangement with
Appleton. Is
Zaneski
this in
Funeral Home Valle
Wisconsin?
Chapel in Appleton.
Yeah, Minnesota.
Weber of Appleton passed away
The
Monday,
chapel
July
in
17th
Appleton.
at the age of
Shackleton.
72. Friends may call for an hour prior to services
Wait, is
at
this
the
live?
church on Monday.
Yeah,
Funeral services for
they've
Lou
just
Weber
been
will
reading
be at
off
11 o'clock on Monday.
funerals.
The Trinity
I've
Lutheran
never
Church
heard
in
anything
Appleton,
like
with
this.
burial at the Appleton City Cemetery. Arrangements are with Zaneski Funeral Home, Valle Chapel in Appleton. You can hear funeral announcements during the KMRS News at 8 o'clock and noon, as well as complete funeral announcements with survivors at 5:35 p.m. You can also read them anytime online at
With
KMRS.KKOK.com.
survivors?
Survivors? People who
Just trying to
knocked
get
on
to
the
the-
coffin door and said,
CNBC. This morning on Wall Street, Dow will try for lucky 13 in a row today after notching its
This-
12th winning.
Trying to
day.
break Brett Miller's record.
It's all slightly
I'm
higher.
trying to-
Google parent
I wonder what time
Alphabet
news
shares
or
dipped
sports comes on,
better
because it
than
might be
expected.
Brett Miller.
Early results last night after the closing bell, shares did pop.
Oh,
Microsoft
man. I really
wanna hear
also
him.
out with good quarterly results, but it's
Trying to see
Go Shearer.
what their schedule is.
UPS and the Teamsters have a tentative deal to avoid a strike.
Shearer's
next
got
week.
quite some
Part-time
equity in
workers getting
Microsoft. That's
raises
her
to
corporate daddy.
$21 an
Hey.
hour immediately, and
Yeah.
delivery
Make-
drivers
Mother-
get pay
Mother
increases to become
Microsoft,
some
as
of
we
the
call
highest
her.
paid in the nation. On today's watch list, earnings from
All right.
AT&T.
We're not going to continue to listen to that. I can't believe we just turned it on. They said they go over them at 8 o'clock. It's almost 8:30. Have they been reading funeral announcements for 20 minutes?
I mean, it sounds like they might be.
There's an obituary section of the website. Oh, and this is
I
and
I don't want deaths read to me. Like, I don't need to hear them aloud.
There's-
I'm still wondering what survivors means.
Same.
Oh, I get it. Like they're
Survived by. Right. But what are you going to do? So, are you pretty sad? How's
Wait, what
do you
the how's the funeral going? Why are they going to
No,
be
no, no.
talking?
They're announcing survivors. They're
I
saying
thought they were like, we'll be here live
their
with
kin.
survivors, and I'm like, it's an
So
interesting.
you
They
didn't
are.
die today.
So
Chumley.
heard your dad's gone. Tell us more.
There's Gwen Swenson. Dude, can we see the big ragu?
Oh yeah, look at Bradley Ragoose, Bradley Jean Ragoose.
I really hope the
Mm.
family doesn't end up watching this.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
he
sure
was
He was
young.
an amazing man. That's really young.
yeah, let's go to the older people. Those are more like Arlene Oren, 90. Okay. You get to 90 and it's like, I get it. It
Oh
makes
man,
sense.
I
still want to live.
I'm looking at
past
latest
that.
news, and there's something that says Esther Jordan talks about the 53rd annual horticulture night. That's got to be exciting.
Yeah, let's just check this out here. Pat Smith talks about the 12th annual Donnelly block party.
Could be wild.
Let's find out. From 5 to 7 on a Wednesday. It can't be that big. Big of a
Look
deal.
at the centering of this of the food items.
Oh, look, I love the justification on this box down here. Invite a neighbor to come join you and enjoy the evening. Okay, so that one is slightly less indented than the first line.
This menu is fire.
They
Great
figured out
food,
how to
fellowship,
get the
fun
second
again.
column aligned. They did
We got
not figure out the
brats.
first column.
Well, this right here. So our sponsors will be posted at the block party dash. Please recognize them for their support. But look at this. This is the same thing.
Yeah.
Then we jump back. Free
Yeah.
will off. This is worse.
Yeah.
What's going on? People just went nuts with the tab key.
Clearly, they didn't take Mr. Callis's graphic design class like we did.
Man, I loved taking that guy's classes, man. Game recognized game. He let me do whatever I wanted. And I love that.
You guys
Yeah.
had a lot.
He'd know
of
I would just sit in there and I'd pump out the best, I'd do nothing for 2 weeks. And then the last day I'd sit down and in 1 hour make the best version of whatever everyone else was making.
You did a good job. You had a knack for it.
I can't
Boom.
imagine what you guys would have produced if you'd had today's technology back then.
Yeah, it
Like,
would be pretty cool.
I think you guys would be TikTok viral, certainly.
I think so.
Yeah, I think we would have
think-
both wanted
yeah.
to, and that's the
Yeah.
other thing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do
Yeah,
that
like-
now.
No, of
It-
course
it
not.
would
I'm
have
talking
been-
about then.
It would have been
Yeah.
credibility, like social credibility, and that would have been our way.
Social currency.
to-
mhm.
Yeah, social currency. Yeah, right. We would have definitely been into it. Although I don't know, because like when I would imagine it in high school, the TikToks that get noticed are like the popular pretty people just like staring at the camera. So maybe
I
we
don't
would have
know.
been like, we're not doing that.
But the weird thing about TikTok is you can have, like, I just found out that one of the sales reps that works on my team is like a huge TikToker, and none of us know it. So you still have to find it, like, you have to get into somebody's algorithm. Like the way that I guess TikTok works, like there's a chance, Josh, that even though you and I are related, I would never see your TikToks if you, or maybe not, since you're in my phone contacts. But I do think like
Yeah.
there are probably videos that go viral that aren't from the popular kids because they're in someone else's algorithm that's seeing those videos.
Yeah. I wonder how it works in like little ecosystems like high schools.
Right.
Or like a sports
How many
team, right?
How many TikToks get made a day? 1 billion? Seriously.
Oh God, probably more.
Well, how many? I
Yeah.
think they have what? Like
How many
they have
users do they have
200
now?
million members or something like that. Daily active users. Let's see.
I bet it's more than 200 million.
Let's
Worldwide?
see.
Daily active users.
You can look
uh,
on like
they have
SimilarWeb.
They have 1 billion monthly active users worldwide.
So it's way more.
That's a
than-
lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say that's
I mean, they're-
350 million daily.
TikTok's also like, I guess, like Instagram too, where there are so many users that are literally just consuming content and not creating it.
Yeah.
Watchers only.
Yeah. So I'd say you're in the 100 million. Well, you have people doing multiples. So probably in
Oh,
like
yeah.
the 200 million TikToks being created a day.
Like the bigger influencers are the bigger names, like the Alex Earls of TikTok, if you all know who she is. I think she makes
We do
something
not.
like 10 to 15 TikToks a day.
Rich, you ever heard of Alex Earl?
No, I have not.
Well, she's dating
me neither.
Braxton Berrios. Just to bring it back to you two, what you would care about.
Who's
Don't know who
that?
that is either.
He's a baseball player.
Oh, sure.
Sorry, my bad. He's a Jet. He's actually a New York Jet. My bad.
Old Braxton sounds like an R&B singer.
Yeah, he plays for the Jets or the Dolphins. Maybe it's the Dolphins.
Braxton. All right, so Braxton
He's a wide
Berrios'
receiver.
girlfriend makes a bunch of TikToks. I get it.
Yeah, but
Oh, this guy sucks.
She went way viral way before him. He's meaningless in the world of TikTok. She's the one who's famous. Alex
This is
Earl has
Sheer
been
saying,
like,
like,
What's up, man?
yeah, man. Yeah, you can't tell me what to do, man.
I'm unhinged. I got my tongue out.
I'm crazy, man. I'm crazy.
but look up Alex Earl. She's way more famous than him, and she got famous first. She just started dating him like,
Nah.
I don't know, a month ago. Anyway,
Once their agents made the arrangement, like, you guys are dating now. Deal with it.
Like Kevin Durant and Brittany Griner.
That's right. Yeah. Did you hear that? Sure.
no. Why would they have been dating?
Not have been. Are currently.
Who said that?
What was
Butt
the
Crack
source,
Sports?
Josh? Butt Crack Sports. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's so stupid.
doy.
Butt Crack
I can't.
Sports. That's such a good
Here, I'll
name.
pull it up. Don't worry. In case you don't believe me. It's too hard to share stuff.
You heard it there first. Butt
I
Crack
guess, yeah.
Sports.
What is wrong with the people?
Now, eagle-eyed viewers should notice that it says nothing tweeted should be taken as fact. But
Satire.
Unfollow if you're
Out there.
soft. Yeah,
yeah, like that.
that was
It's
great.
probably Braxton Berrios.
I got rid of that shirt, by the way, Josh. I had it for a while, and I recently, I think when we moved here, I
This is-
donated it. Someone got a
is
fucking
version-
find at Goodwill.
Yeah,
Why'd you get rid of it?
this is version 2.
It's not really my style anymore, but more importantly, it didn't fit. It hadn't
I'm
fit
Right,
for
that's same
years.
here. I had to size up. I got a
wearing a
new
pretty
one.
sick Penguins shirt today. It's a
Do you
Stanley
have-
Cup,
Oh yeah,
Stanley Cup
Do-
92
oh,
t-shirt.
that's cool.
Do you keep
Yeah.
clothes at your parents' house or no?
I keep a couple things here, yeah, but mostly I don't anymore. I just bring it all home. But I've
You
got
know,
like
you know what
three-
we did
three, like
yesterday?
sweatpants, sweatshirt. Yeah, we threw away baseball cards yesterday.
Yeah.
Threw away all of the baseball cards, all of them. The
All of
big
them.
pizza boxes. You know what I'm talking about with all the top loaders. Gone.
Yeah. End of
Yep.
an era.
We did the same. We did something recently too. I don't know if we did it or if I told my parent. My dad was like, "Do you want these?" And I was like, "No." I think he
I mean,
kept
what do you
them
That's
around.
say?
pretty much where we got to. Yeah. But it's like,
All right, let's see if let's play something.
okay,
We're gonna put up old banners and see if Eminem or
You know-
Shira knows what they are.
okay.
Do you know what this is?
Am I supposed to see it?
Oh yeah, you don't see it on the
It's on
bottom, of the screen?
No.
You can't see those coming
Yeah,
up?
you do.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yes. Okay, so 1.8. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
What do I
do you
think
think
that
that-
is?
We were talking about when we pulled that one up.
Like ratios on screens.
No.
Here, we'll give you a hint. This is related to it.
Uh,
I don't remember that part.
earning how much? Well, net worth. Is
Nope.
1.8
This
one of
was
your net
mine and
worth?
Rich's grade point average
That makes more sense.
in college.
My first year, my freshman year was a 1.9, so I was right there with you.
Oh, you're in the club.
Yeah.
But I failed out. I failed out due to drug use. So let's not forget that.
It happens.
And look at us. We're all sitting on a podcast right here, just
And no one's watching.
I'm in bed jail. So yeah.
bed jail.
Okay. What's the what's another one?
I don't remember what this one was, Josh. Do you remember?
No. There's some great ones in here though.
I'm trying to
I don't
find
even
the
know
rest
what
of
that's from, so we won't know.
Yeah.
This was the original.
Yeah.
And if you can, do you know whose quote that is? Who said that? Who said that's what this podcast should be called?
Dad.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's a Bernie quote for sure.
That's what this episode is called, as a matter of fact.
That's perfect.
Yeah, it is.
We're gonna start
How about this
changing it
one?
every time.
Oh, Josh, I think Josh is starting to like Jersey. I don't think
No, nope. You're off the scent.
you don't like it.
Nope, you're wrong jersey.
Oh, your football jerseys. You need a football jersey.
Yeah. When I was selling them on eBay.
Oh, I remember that. I remember when you were doing that.
Yeah.
What a great
Yeah.
game this is. It was really
Yeah,
just
it's
this
very
one.
good.
Like, what is that?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, that's
one
really
of our
good.
all of our GPAs at some point.
For sure.
Here are some other ones. Hey, you guys sleeping?
That's fun.
Rich
That's
has
a fun
great
one.
people, but their newness escape him. Speaking of M&Ms, intermission.
Intermission.
Pretty
yeah.
self-explanatory.
I think I got picked up on that one.
Rich thinks email training is important.
As usual, I'm with him on that.
You son of a
Son of a
bitch.
bitch.
Yes, Dan Buckers.
Yeah, I saw you guys playing Guess Them Buccos.
That was pretty good.
That was, a
That
good
was
one.
fun.
And then? Special
Sure,
guest
you
share
ever
from
gonna-
the crib.
Are you ever gonna move out of your place? You still live in the same apartment?
I do. I still live in my rent stabilized 1-bedroom apartment. And I have now been there for 15 years in this apartment.
Wow.
And my rent has gone up $200 in 15 years. So it's
So do they not?
kind of hard to leave.
Do they not? Is the maintenance just not? It's tough to get things done if something breaks.
No, it's not at all. That my landlord is, I think he's 80 or 81. He's Cuban immigrant. His name is Leo Leonard Serrano. He's amazing. And yeah, no, he still climbs up and down it's like a 4-story walk up. He still climbs up and down the stairs. There's not many amenities. There's a washer and dryer in the first floor, and that's kind of it. But yeah, it's super well maintained. I don't ever have any issues.
You want to know how
with-
long she's been there? She's been there so long that I've gone from thinking, I can't believe she's paying that, to I can't believe she's paying that.
Yeah, true.
Yes, fact.
Right?
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't foresee myself leaving anytime soon.
Right? Where are you gonna
Also,
go?
right. I mean, I was looking on like Zillow or whatever with my dad, and I was like, hey, if I wanted to buy a place that had even just the same amenities that I have, it's like in Hoboken, it's like $875,000. And I just, it's so crazy. I would have to leave town to buy something, I think.
A flea.
Yeah, I'd have to flee. I mean, granted, my street floods pretty regularly.
Yeah, the
other than that-
location, yeah. Itself,
I
there's always
live-
a flood issue.
I live in a basin, but other than that, it's pretty unbeatable. Yeah.
Have you only had to be rescued that one time?
Just the one
Superstorm
time
Sandy?
from Sandy, yeah. Every other time I either leave beforehand or it doesn't get up as high as like my front step of my building. So nothing's ever been that bad. It's just crazy.
That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, next year I'll have been in Jersey for 20 years, which is kind of hard to believe. Rich, how long have you been where you are?
Just over 2 years at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, it's awesome. We're done.
Welcome
I
back
don't know where
to
we moved.
KKOK in the morning, and it's time
know.
for the artist of the week.
I'm
This
pulling
week,
up again. I want to hear
Leonardo
more.
da Vinci. The Mona Lisa, folks.
And that's it. That's the whole artist of the week segment.
Yeah, he made such
He just
paintings
said
as
their
the
name.
Mona Lisa and I think a Starry Night. Don't quote me on that. Anyway, next week we'll talk about another artist of the week.
Hint, it's Picasso.
Artist of the week, the guy who drew the Mad magazines. Alfred. Is that his name?
Newman. Alfred E. Newman.
Yeah, right. Alfred E. Newman. Anyway, we'll see you next week back here for Artist of the Week.
Coming up next, deaths.
Coming up next, we got 20 minutes of commercial-free death readings.
Which one of your neighbors is dead? Tune in and find out.
Oh, God.
These week's death
And
readings
also
brought to
find
you
out-
by Blue Orchid Funeral Homes.
Sponsored by Chipotle.
Frank E. Campbell's Funeral Home.
This
When you
week's
gotta lay 'em
obituary
out, you want them to look good.
sponsored by Marlboro. Head down to the local corner store and pick yourself up a case of Marlboros.
Oh, God.
Want to hear your name read aloud? Smoke some Marlboros.
Submit your family member to next week's death rally.
Yeah, we'll be picking a death of the week, which will win you a funeral package from McCarthy's Funeral Homes and a plot over at the Shady Grove Cemetery.
The chapel at Appleton.
A free plot upgrade from Shady Grove. Yeah, closer to the road, the access road.
Oh, it's always going to be near an access road or a run road.
You got it. Yeah, there's no. Yeah, the streets they all need other streets to get to where you're going. Man, maybe we pick an AM station from someplace in Middle America and just check out the website.
We just did.
I think we do. We should do like a middle America radio station of the week.
We do it all. We do it. Yeah, right. That's one of our segments, Josh. You're talking about you want to do recurring segments.
Here, I have a question. I have a question. How many daily AM radio listeners are there still?
Fewer every day.
At what point? Yeah. At what point do we say, okay, enough with that? No one's listening to this anymore.
I mean,
It'd be an easy time to break in to the industry.
I think like the AM listeners are getting quite old now.
That's what
Yeah.
I mean.
I mean, the AM listeners were old when we were young, right?
I mean that's
Although
true.
I listened to AM radio quite a bit.
You still listen to AM radio?
Okay, so we figured that out. No, I used to when we were in high school.
Oh, you did.
I think
Yeah, I
Rocco
remember that.
Pendola was on AM. Remember Rocco Pendola, Rich?
No, I
called
didn't
into that
listen
show
to.
quite a bit.
I called Stan, but I never called him.
Oh, Stan, yeah.
Just
Oh,
letting you guys know about that. That happened.
Mm.
okay. Well, she looks thrilled.
Way too big of
Well,
a
yeah.
headshot relative to this article.
This
How long
layout,
is this?
this
10
layout
minutes.
is
Cha-
in
it's
its
chaotic.
50s. Yeah.
There's not enough bordering. Everything's the same color. It's gonna be
Do you
91,
think the guy
95
who
degrees there today.
maintains- Do you think the guy who maintains the World War II era broadcast transmitter for the AM station is frustrated when they then just simply upload it to SoundCloud?
Yes.
They're like, yeah, hey man,
Why am I maintaining?
the tower's broken again. He's like, just fucking do something else then. Don't need the
I'm-
money. I don't want to do
I'm
this
done.
anymore. I'm not climbing up
Nobody's
another
listening.
AM tower to figure this out. Too old for this. Too old for this.
I mean, if you think about it, like FM radio, remember when Howard Stern went to New York or DC? It was like, oh, I've got like a stronger machine that will amplify my signal out to more cities. Like, how ridiculous. Now anybody can publish anything to anywhere and everyone can listen to it. But those machines still exist. Like, they still have to broadcast FM radio with these big ass towers and satellites, or who knows what they use.
So FM is actually not as strong as AM. You can get AM signals
Right.
farther away.
Right.
That's the thing.
Isn't-
It's not as
isn't
clear.
that- yeah. Didn't they always use? I have something. AM radio was used for like more emergency services or things like that because it was broader range or like easier to get access to it anywhere. I forget what it was.
AM will never go away because if there is something, if a nuclear war
Right.
happens and things get broken, they'll still be able to broadcast using
On
AM radio.
AM.
And also, how will
crazy.
you know what
Really?
the traffic? You ever call those or tuned to 1600 on the highway whenever there's
Yeah.
the signs flashing?
On the
Yeah.
turnpike. Yeah.
Yeah, 1610. Tune it to 1610, you'll get it.
Yeah. I mean, I think
yeah.
that saying that AM will exist in even after nuclear war might be a bit misguided because wouldn't it
Why?
the equipment be destroyed?
Well, the guy who goes up to the radio tower every day will be gone, but
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean-
unfortunately,
Could it not
he'll be
last?
standing there.
could it not last?
All right, so we're just going to accept that AM will survive a nuclear war. I'm good with
Let's
that.
find out. Let's find
I'm
out.
fine with that. Yeah.
That's definitely going to be the way that you will be notified, right?
I don't think so. I think it'll probably still be the internet.
No, absolutely not. You kidding me? If we don't have power, you can get AM radio from one of those generator. You ever see? We have one. Sarah bought one
Yeah, the
where it's
crank
one of those
radios.
you crank it and that it pulls in the AM
Yeah.
signal. If there's no power, you're not using the internet.
Well, guys,
Bitch.
according to Radio
Hmm.
World,
Hmm.
an AM radio could matter after a nuclear attack.
Oh, okay.
The National
Interesting.
Public Warning System was created during the Cold War. Let's see, because it's all about surviving an electromagnetic pulse, right?
Yeah, of course.
Uh,
Everyone knows that. We're not idiots.
The ability for a single AM transmitter and power generator to cover thousands of square miles is relevant. Let's keep AM alive.
Sure.
It is uniquely qualified for the job. So yeah, I think there's some theory that it can withstand it.
It's
But
it's
what
definitely
if the equipment is
necessary.
destroyed? What if the broadcast equipment is destroyed? I'm guessing it's located
Yeah.
next to major cities.
I
or
don't
in
think
major
it's
cities.
much. I think you can like get on a bike and pedal it and have it hooked up to something, and then that will broadcast AM radio.
Right.
Like I don't think you need a tower.
It sounds like that's what's happening when you listen to an AM radio.
Oh yeah, my man. We used to spend the night at my great aunt's every once in a while, and she would fall asleep to her clock radio playing AM radio. Man, it was just
Love that.
I don't know how you fall asleep to that. It's the
I don't
most
either.
just harsh sounding noise you can imagine.
Was it?
It
a
was loud enough that you could
KQV
hear through
in
walls.
Wheeling?
Yeah, maybe. It was definitely well, could have been from anywhere. Erie, Pennsylvania, AM radio.
Is that where she was?
No, but it doesn't matter because AM radio travels forever. Pick up Buffalo.
Yes. What do you think the most popular AM radio station is?
It's got to be something in like LA
10
or
10
New
10
York.
wins. 10 wins in New York.
The U.S. radio industry is projected to grow by 0.71% through 2026.
0.71%.
15,000. Yeah. I can't believe it's growing at all. There are at least 15,000 commercial radio stations in the U.S. The radio industry has a market size of $20.9 billion. And the largest is WTOP that earned $70 million in 2021.
That's down here. I love WTOP, but that's not AM. I listen
That's
to it on
FM.
FM. Yeah.
So
That's all I
number
listen
one,
to in the
Rich,
car.
Washington. Congratulations.
And I'm
Followed
a supporter.
by ALA, followed by New York's light adult contemporary station, followed by Chicago's news, New York's contemporary hit radio, WHTZ FM.
But you're talking about FM radio stations.
Yeah, I looked up AM. It came up FM. You know, I roll with it. New York,
There's
LA.
one of the
Oh no,
the
here's AM.
WTOP.
Oh wait. Yeah, so the biggest AM is WCBS, New York. They make $31 million a year.
Shit.
Wow.
Yeah. Located on High Island in the Bronx with a 50,000 watt clear channel signal. It can be heard through
Boom.
much of the eastern United States and Canada at nighttime.
That's insane.
At nighttime, only at
Yeah,
night.
so if New York is nuked, I'm not so sure the AM is going to be up and running. Sorry.
WTOP's got it.
I don't know if High Island. Yeah.
There's a couple great names on WTOP. Joan Jones is one of the main anchors, and Charlie Peloton is another good one. Great radio names.
What's his name?
He changed
Charlie
it.
Peloton?
It used to be Charlie Peloton. Now he changed it to Charlie Pellet because he's probably like, oh, are you related to
bike.
like the
Yeah.
Peloton?
That's so annoying.
Are you the bike guy? So look at the challenges facing radio stations in the modern era.
Hey, I got something for you.
Unsatisfactory salaries, unprofessional productions,
Insufficient
low
workspace.
capacity generators.
Bunch of snowflakes over there. Who made that list? Complainers, those millennials. Have you two seen the show? It's called Murderville. I feel like
Now,
this is right up your
it
alley.
awesome? Sounds like I would already like it.
Here's what it is. It's Will Arnett and a
I've
bunch of
heard about this.
actors. It's a bunch of actors. Josh, if you've heard of it, stop me. So he and a
haven't,
bunch
no.
of actors are they're portraying like an 1980s cop show kind of thing, and they've got to figure out who the killer is, right? There's always something that comes up. And then, so they all have a script. They all know what's going on. They bring somebody in, a celebrity,
Who
to
has no
be
idea?
the sidekick of Will Arnett as the detective, and he doesn't have any lines. He doesn't have anything. And he's got to
That's
just kind of
great.
improvise his way through the scenes.
I like
Yeah.
that. It sounds like a premise we would have come up with.
It sounds similar to like Jury Duty. Did you watch Jury Duty, Rich?
I watched the first episode and I thought it was
Yeah,
funny,
it's
but
good. It's good.
I'm sure it would annoy me by the end, so I just stopped.
But yeah, I saw, like,
I'm not going to let it disappoint me.
Ken Jeong was on, and
So I saw a few. We watched a few of them, and the first one was Conan, and he is built for that. That is exactly what he should be doing, and it was amazing. I highly recommend watching that one. We watched a couple of the other ones, and they sucked.
oh bummer.
Really?
So it's a 1 hour commitment.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know,
Don't
I'm
waste your
surprised
time. I watched Ken
sometimes-
Jeong, and it wasn't good.
A lot of these actors that I think are really funny, you see them try to be funny without a script, and you realize, like, oh no, they're just reading word for word the lines that have been prepared.
You
for them.
realize
Right.
why they
They're not funny at all.
why the WGA should pay their writers. This is me standing on
Yeah.
the side and on the picket lines with the writers on your
Let's
podcast.
get that up there.
Yeah.
Let's get that up there.
It's on its way.
SAG-AFTRA. I think I think there's also a there's something humorous about going to one of those rallies and seeing people who are not at all connected to being an actor, but they're pissed. They're like, I made a couple videos, and it's just I'm just here to like, oh, are you a member of the union? Like, I'm not yet, but I'm planning on it, and I just need my break. And I've been in the industry, I've been adjacent to the industry, and so I think it's important that I stand up for what I think is right with my fellow brothers actors, me and Matt Damon.
That's the cause they're advocating for.
I think there's people out there like that. Like,
I
I'm not
always
working today.
Talk to Allison about this. because she was industry. Never mind. So I would say to Allison that I'm surprised that writers aren't the most important people in the production process,
They are.
but they're not like viewed that way, and they're not paid
Right.
that way.
Right. Because everybody thinks.
But they seem to me like if you take them away, it's the hardest to replace.
Yeah, studios believe that they don't need them. And then all of a sudden, when they lose billions, when they don't have shows to put on the air and they try to have AI write a script, they realize very quickly.
Dude, I love those, those YouTube
I'd watch
videos
that show.
where, like, yeah. Do you ever seen the AI movies and like shorts that people have made?
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Hilarious.
Yeah, they're incredible.
We don't need writers.
Yeah.
Well, we do if
maybe
we do if you don't want to, like, of course we're watching those and we think it's amazing because we like have pretty refined senses of humor, but I don't know that
it's one way to put it.
You can tell a story or like you can do something poignant or meaningful via AI, because it all sounds a little bit like you just had a stroke when you're looking at those scripts.
Yeah.
What a feeling.
Well, they'll probably get paid the minimum amount to get them back to work. And then this will happen again in 6 or 7 years?
I remember back in
typically how it works.
What was it, 2007 or something, whenever the last writer's strike happened, it really messed with a lot of shows, like TV shows.
No, it was more recent than that. I think it was only like 5 years ago.
No, there was a really big one like in the 90s or the early 2000s or whatever it was.
Oh, really?
And that's why like some of your favorite shows, you'll see like one season where every season's 22 episodes and one season was like 12. And that was because of the writer's strike. Yeah. Also,
it was 2007.
That's what I thought. Yeah, 2007.
Here's why I know. Because I saw John C. Reilly and someone asked him about Dewey Cox. They're making fun of him about that movie. And he's like, it came out and then the writer's strike happened and I couldn't promote it anywhere.
Yeah.
That specific movie. I don't know why that sticks out, but I remember seeing that happen. It was when Dewey Cox got released.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie.
I've never seen it.
I mean, the other thing is, since we're on the topic, sitcoms now are like half the number of episodes that they were when we were watching TV back in the day. Like streaming episodes, it's like half. Streaming sitcoms and dramas or whatever are doing like 12 shows a season or 10. Like Succession does like 10 shows a season.
Yeah.
Whereas like back in the day,
that's different than a network sitcom.
HBO seasons always were smaller. Yeah, that's true. But like, I don't know. How I Met Your Father.
But like the network shows are still, those are still 20 episodes a season, aren't they?
No.
Is it on a network?
Let me think of like, what's a big show that's still on? Like
Big Bang Theory.
2.5 Men.
Is Big Bang Theory still on the air?
They probably do 24 episodes.
I thought they finished. No, they're done. Big Bang Theory.
I never got into
Young Sheldon.
Those.
Is that
Young
on?
Sheldon's still on.
What I saw on the side of a
Okay,
what
let me
I
look
saw
at
on the
Young
side of a
Sheldon.
bus recently.
So Young Sheldon, CBS. Let's see.
Who the fuck watches Young Sheldon?
I think the distinction is just between network shows and non-network shows. Because like Always Sunny has always done like 10 episodes.
Right, but I feel maybe I'm misinformed, but I could have sworn. Oh yeah, they're still doing.
Always Sunny is now the longest running live action sitcom.
They're still doing 22 episodes. You're right.
But when I think of sitcom, I think of
160 episodes.
The one differentiator for a sitcom versus anything else is a studio audience.
Yeah.
The shows that have a studio audience and a laugh track. Those are sitcoms. And there aren't that many of those anymore.
No. Well, that we watch. They still exist.
I don't think there's as many.
They don't do laugh tracks anymore, really.
Oh, really?
But like, think about all the shows
on Young Sheldon.
Think about all the shows that were on TV when we were growing up, right? Like Full House. These are all sitcoms. Full House, Home Improvement,
Cheers,
Seinfeld,
Friends,
Perfect Strangers. I mean, like all of those shows, right? Like there were a lot of them, and they were all on like Friday night.
Ghost and Larry.
Yeah. They were all.
Kos and Larry.
Yeah, they all had the laugh track.
Cosine Larry.
Did I tell you that? So he's from Mepos, right? That was
Mepos.
where he was from.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah, of course. He was
for
from Mepos.
years that Mepos was another country, and that Balki was actually an alien. I didn't realize it was like an island
like
off of
you
Greece.
thought it was another planet. Like he
Oh,
maybe
God.
grew up. Like he maybe grew up with Alf.
Somehow he made it to Earth, and he worked at the Chicago Tribune.
You thought like a Mork and Mindy, because Mork was from another planet when Robin.
I thought for
Yeah.
sure that he was from another planet and not from an island off of Greece or wherever Mepos
Bronson
was.
Peen Show
Bronson
was
Peen
from
Show.
from a different planet. Balki Bartokomous.
One of the greatest characters in TV history, by the way.
Agreed.
Seriously,
Agreed. I mean,
Balki
Mr. Mike-
Bartokomous.
Like we gotta name him something really foreign. Really foreign.
They don't make
But
them
not
all
like-
Balki Barforamus.
Like one of the weirdest white people we can use. Greek for sure. Like those are the weirdest white people names that we can come up with. Balki Bartokomous,
Balki.
perfect. I remember watching the Langoliers because he was in it, and I was like, I like the guy who plays Balki and the Langoliers. Remember that one, the Stephen King.
No,
Yeah,
no.
he played a bad guy.
Was he good at it?
I like the guy who plays Balki.
It was upsetting for someone who was such a Balki
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah, for Balki, for OG Balki stands, that must have been hard to watch.
It's when innocence was the innocence of youth was lost. Watching the Langoliers, starring Bronson
Balki.
Pinchot.
Well,
Yeah.
I think we solved
Balki.
the actor strike problem. So good job. with
Okay,
that.
all right. I think we need to
Yeah.
wrap this up. It's been an hour
Thanks
and
for
a half.
having me, guys. Really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thanks for
Yeah.
joining us on our
Pleasure.
boring
Come back
conversation.
anytime.
I loved it. Yeah.
All right, later.
Bye.
All right, see you guys.